Hi everyone, my name is Felix. I'm one of the co-founders and managing directors of Navvis. Navvis is actually not really in transportation. So what we are really doing is we digitalize indoor spaces, and providing then routing and navigation is actually one of the many features that you can do with that. So what does digitalization of indoors actually mean? So outdoors we got very used to having digital information at a very detailed, nowadays even 3D level, at our fingertips. And of course we use GPS to provide us with very precise location information and use this for turn-by-turn navigation. And all other kind of location-based services are actually sitting on top of that, leveraging this infrastructure. Instead, indoors, we are rather used to this. Kind of laminated floor plans, and then, they don't usually even feature room numbers. And then, if you get out your smartphones and want to know where you are, you usually get this because GPS just doesn't work indoors. Navvis is actually gonna change this. We provide a full stack of technologies that allow you to digitalize your indoor environment and then provide this data on every browser and on every smartphone. So, how does it actually work? Can you please press play, because unfortunately it doesn't start. Thank you. So what you see here is our 3D mapping trolley. It's actually coming from robotics. It combines a huge amount of different sensors, like high-resolution cameras, structured light sensors, laser scanners, and it has a number of antennas in there that can collect Wi-Fi signal strings, Bluetooth signals, Earth's magnetic field data. And the cool thing is that one person can single-handedly set this thing up. It has a huge battery pack that allows you to scan for up to 5 hours. And it's as easy to use as a digital camera. You actually press record and start pushing it around. The result of that is a very, very detailed and photorealistic 3D model of your environment. That can be generated fully automatically. So you just pretty much press process data, and what the trolley then spits out is something that looks like this. That's all running in a browser. It's actually one of the largest technology museums in the world, Deutsches Museum. It's a huge space, 70,000 square meters. We were able to cover that in 2 days. You can run around, it's full 3D. It works in the browser, no plugins. You can attach data to every point. The data itself can be everything that HTML can do, videos, whatever. And you can use the whole topology of the building to actually route through the building in full 3D. And of course, you can then, in the next step, use this data on your smartphone as well. So, the use cases, of course, go far beyond digital museums tours. One of the big use cases, construction sites. What you actually can do is you can now kind of scan a whole construction site in progress within just a few hours, and collaboratively with all the managers involved, perhaps sitting on different locations, browse this data, even go back in time, have a look when something went wrong, annotate, comment on errors, and control if all your suppliers did right. One of the most enthusiastic adapters of our technology are actually the kind of large industrial companies, and we are working, for example, with pretty much all the big car manufacturers in Germany now. They are struggling with the ever-increasing pace of change of their factories. We were quite astounded to learn that they don't even have digital data of their factories that gives the state of the art of all the setup anymore, because the change is so fast. So with our technology, they can actually scan and re-scan their environments and can then use this data, for example, to optimize logistics or to plan the next wave of improvements. Yet we take that one step beyond that. What we saw so far is pretty much happening in your browser. Now we're actually bringing all this to the smartphone. And as we have this super detailed 3D information of the environment, we use computer vision to teach the smartphone to understand where precisely you are and where you are looking at. It actually works exactly as you and I work as human beings. We look, we run some image processing and understand where we are. And now assume what a field worker, for example, in facility management can do with that. First, of course, turn-by-turn navigation. Yet, for example, if you have to do some welding on a tube, it's usually pretty tough to find for a specifically external guy that very specific spot. The application will not only guide you there, but you can directly tap on that very specific item and get all the details on the job you have to get done. And after doing the job, you might even take a photo, attach it again to that point of interest, and confirm that you completed your work. So this is actually a huge market, much larger than we ever thought, because at the end, you know, we human beings spend 85% of our time indoors, so we believe this market is going to be much larger than outdoor digital data. There are around 250 billion square meters of indoor space on a global level, and we believe that at least 50 billion of these square meters are going to be fully digitalized by 2020. So if this is such a big market, with a very deep value chain behind that, how large is it actually? So kind of quite a broad set of things. First, of course, you build a building, which usually makes only up to 20% of the cost. Then you maintain it, which is usually 80% of the cost over a lifetime. And then you really start doing something meaningful with that space. So you educate people there in the museum, you sell something, you produce something. All this sums up to usually more than 200 square meters per year on every single square meter. If you just assume that by 2020, this is gonna be 10% digital, you know, the digital part only is going to be more than a $1 trillion market. So, why isn't this large market really digital today? So first, because it's really expensive to scan that space. You know, our customers so far paid more than €3 per square meter, and they are used to wait a full month until they get the data, which ruled that out for actually many interesting use cases. Third, the data that comes out of that is usually made for experts. It's kind of CAD software data. And this data is very hard to relate to in other software like SAP. And finally, you don't have the position information, so it's very hard for your field workers to make good use of this data. Navvis is actually gonna change all of that. First, we are really cutting the cost by 2 orders of magnitude. The Navvis trolley is that fast that one person, and that doesn't need to be skilled labor, can cover up to 50,000 square meters on a single day. Second, as the post-processing is automated, we can provide the data within hours. Third, it is running on every device in any browser. You don't need to install anything, no plugins or alike. And it's open. It's all HTML5 based, so it's very easy to link directly into our indoor viewer connected to SAP or content management systems. And finally, it's position aware, so you can tap into the data wherever you are, and it knows where you are and what you are seeing right now. So, what are we offering? We are offering first mapping services to building owners, and we sell our trolley to enterprise customers. Second, we offer them our cloud platform either as an on-premise solution or as a software as a service on a monthly per square meter basis. And if they want to, why is this happening? Third, if they want to offer location information and routing to their employees or visitors, they can install our navigation server. Yet as a small startup, we can't cover all the variety of solutions and verticals ourselves. So through our open APIs and the marketplace, we allow our partners to offer these individual vertical solutions. So the partner ecosystem does not only help us to provide for a lot of very specific solutions and help us connect our system to a broad variety of surrounding software, it as well helps us to scale not only in terms of mapping, but as well on software integration and on providing this as an international service. So please allow me some closing remarks on the company behind that. Navvis has been established as a research project in 2008. It was founded as a company in 2013, so more than 150 man-years of research have been put into that. Last year, in fall, we actually launched our first set of products, which is our trolley and the cloud-based software that comes with it. And we have now a team of 40 experts working in Munich, not only on the development, but as well on the marketing and sales of the whole topic. Since last year, we are actually venture-backed, and now we are actually taking on to bring this technology to a broad set of different use cases. If you're interested to learn more and actually try out the trolley and the indoor viewer software yourself, please visit us. We have a stand here in Hall 3 at booth 1310. I'm very excited to meet you there, and now I'm looking forward to your questions.